deep how somebody was able to annihilate his career and just
and do the same thing that he was doing.
He took his career, right? He annihilated him and then did the same thing.
Out here singing, girl. But last but not least, your boy Lil Nas. Speaking of drama.
Girl.
This dude went to the VMAs looking like Randy White or whatever his name is.
Randy Watson.
Give it up for Jackson Heights. Oh, Mr. Randy Watson.
That boy good. Yeah, good and terrible.
Good and terrible.
Thank you, Reverend Brown.
Looked like Randy Watson dressed like Little Kim.
Yes.
It wasn't until he was on The Breakfast Club that was the first time that I have ever heard his voice or heard a song from him, because I had no idea about anything regarding his musical library, because it was always the gimmicks and the extra. It was never, I'm gonna take my time to you know. But I never knew any of his music except for that Billy Ray Cyrus duo. But it's all based on the extra stuff and not just the art.
You know, I would love, I haven't, up until this point, I have not spoke to anyone from the LGBTQ community. I would love to get their opinion on Lil Nas X, because when I see Lil Nas X, I'm very confused. I'm clutching my pearls. I feel like I am back in the 1920s. Like I want to just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. To me, he's doing too much. But and I feel like he's exploiting the culture of the LGBTQ community. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're okay with it. So that's why I need to speak to someone from that community to get their opinion on how he's performing, because maybe they're okay and I'm just thinking that it's just too much. That's just me.
I honestly think he's just giving you guys everybody a reason to talk. Like, that's what I think it is. Like, I just think it's just like, okay, you're going to say I'm doing this, so okay, I'm going to do it.
He has one heck of a marketing team behind him.
That's what I'm saying. He's just marketing the whole thing. Like, he knows people are going to talk about him. And I'm just like, y'all just feeding him what he's going to deliver next. Like, just leave the boy alone. Let him do whatever. You saying that people are saying oh, he has such a influence on our kids and stuff. He's not the parent. He's the entertainer. You have every control of what your kids are listening to. Let the boy do whatever he want to do. Call it a day, move on to the next person. That's how I felt about it.
But you know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm actually getting uncomfortable with a lot of stuff. So I really if you really analyze these shows, I personally am getting tired of our people on these award shows where we're the ones that are acting like we're in the Cotton Club, and we're the ones that are half naked. Because see, people don't understand, when it came down to the Cotton Club and those kind of clubs back in the day, we were not allowed to go to those clubs. We were allowed to entertain in those clubs. And we did buffoonery bullshit on the stage for these people to watch us. And when I saw Chlöe, I was really like you and your sister had a little thing going, and now you're on stage bopping your behind up and down. So it seemed like we're the only ones that are doing buffoonery crap, and there's no art to it. So when Doja Cat did her thing, I was like, okay, Doja, thank you for being dressed. I know you were twirling up in the sky, but at least you was not popping your pum pum. So going back to Lil Nas X, he's doing the same thing that these girls been doing. The same exact thing. Popping their behinds up and down, and it's just all men that are really flamboyant with it. And on the BET Awards at the very end, the two men kissed. There was him and another guy that kissed, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like an old lady when I'm talking about this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they kiss, but I'm just like, then Madonna and them kiss on the other show.
Yeah.
I get it. For me, it's the same either way, to be honest. It's just extra all around. If you're not that, don't be that. If you are that, then whatever, that's you.
Yeah. But I think everybody now is just based on, like Shauna said, where the money. You know, how much can I get from this?
Always come back to the money.
How many
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's marketing. And everybody's feeding into it.
Because people were online for those devil sneakers, those Satan worshiping sneakers.
Right.
They were
those blood trenched.
And Nike was just like,
nope.
Game with that. Nike was like, we don't know.
Like, nope.
Like, we just sold the sneakers. They didn't tell us what they were doing. We just sold them. Like they asked for 100 pairs of black Air Maxes. We sent them 100 pairs of black Air Maxes. Right. What they do with them after is their own business.
Is their own business. Right.
They actually put blood in the day. Like yo.
And see, that's what I'm saying. It's just too much.
And I get he was talking, like in his video, he was talking about this is what you say, like gay people are, this is what you say I am, or whatever. So he's playing into what people say. But at the same time, it's like, all right, bro, like you gotta know when enough is enough. Like, yeah. Because even like, because I listened to some song of his the other day, the one with him and Nas. And I was like, yo, this dude is in the song talking about his girlfriend and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm confused. But apparently the song came out before he came out. I'm like, but okay. Regardless, I mean, I'm sure you knew he was gay, so be you. Like, what are you making a song about your girlfriend or whatever if you...
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people are still, in the closet. And so I do commend him. He did actually come out on Gay Friday. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I think 2 years ago, he came out like literally like close to midnight that he was gay. So then that opened, once he came out that he was gay, that just opened up a whole can of worms.
Like, since I've known of his I mean, he's been gay in my mind since the first day I've heard of him. So I have no idea. I didn't know there was a before or whatever. Right. Since the day I heard of Lil Nas X in Old Town Road, I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was supposedly straight, or in our eyes, we were supposed to see him as a straight guy. And then he finally came out right before the end of the Gay Friday. And like I said, I went on my little rant, and I'm happy that the community has been able to get to a level where people are able to watch things on TV. Like we see these commercials where you see, like I saw a cute commercial where it was a husband and a husband. One was black and one was white, and they had their two biracial kids. It was a little girl and a little boy, half black and half white. So we, in the 80s and the 70s, we couldn't watch things like that. So we're at the point where we're able to look at things like that, and we're comfortable, and it's normal. It's normal for us. We have been trained to not say words like
true,
this, that, and the third. So we've been trained properly to watch things like that and see things like that and say, oh, this is normal now. That's a new normal.
True. I'm just saying, there's a big difference. I'm just saying, it's a big difference now.
And I think so. To me, I feel like he was disrespectful to the culture. That's just me.
Well, I know, because I used to be in a salon, and a lot of my colleagues in the salon that were gay, always, the closest, but they didn't like the flamboyance. You know what I'm saying? It was always just like, you it's too extra. But then you also had the flamboyant ones that didn't like, the ones that were so-called closeted because you couldn't tell. But I'm just like, why should I be able to tell what your preference is? You know what I'm saying?
And what difference does it make? Who you sleeping with, who you love does not affect me in my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you look at me, can you tell who I love?
No.
And you shouldn't be able. That's between you and your pillow.
Who cares?
This is what Like, I got other things to think about.
That part too.
I ain't got time to be thinking about you and yours.
Right.
Like, it doesn't involve me. I'm not going to be around. So what are you telling me for? I don't care. Live your life and be happy. I can't even say.
I would ask what are the takeaways, but I just want to
Wear your mask. I'm tired of staying home, y'all.
I wanted to take away the fact that Fat Joe had to apologize after the Ja Rule Fat Joe verse.
What did he say to Little Mo?
He didn't say anything directly to her. He said to Ja, he was just like, you coming out here with these dusty bitches, and he's just like, he said you probably had to get them
From the crack house.
From the crack house.
Yeah.
He said that on stage.
Yeah.
Woo! And like, did everybody know he was talking about Little Mo?
Well, I think he was referring to everybody except for Ashanti, because he bought Ashanti a Hermes.
He need to eat too. Something.
Vita.
Wow.
We're talking about Vita.
Vita, he's saying she need to eat. I'm like,
Wow.
He just got caught up in the battle, man.
Yeah.
This small.
But before they left, they said that he had gone to Little Mo, went all them and apologized, whatever.
Yeah.
And then even before that, he apologized to their faces, and then he had tweeted it publicly, and then he did an interview, like his, you know how he has his little show, then he apologized again.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's been apologizing ever since.
Yeah,
All
he's
day,
been on an apology tour for a couple days. Lil Mo obviously has been trending because she was honest about her recent addiction, and her trying to get off of everything. And the fact that he said that, she was just like, even though he apologized, I can't still be mad, I can't still be hurt,
I think they said Remy Ma said something to her.
Yeah, Remy Ma stepped her toe into the ring and said, Joe is not like that. He apologized.
But that's her brother. She will
doing what,
Because I don't know exactly what Little Mo said. I know she was talking about, there's still triggers and things like that. I didn't hear her whole little, spiel on it or whatever. But I know Remy Ma was just, I don't know. It started out, it seemed like her response was a little aggressive, because she was just like, yo, like, what are you doing right now? Like, you spoke to him face to face and all this other stuff yesterday. So some of the things you're saying, it's just mad extra. Like, he apologized multiple times before we even left the arena. So why are you now going online and saying all this other stuff or doing interviews?
Right.
You spoke to him, and then she was just like, yeah, I'll give you my number or something. You could call me and we can talk about it or whatever the case may be. And choose.
Well, the only good thing that does for Little Mo, it gives her a little light, and so that people can start streaming her and put a little money in her pocket. So maybe she wanted to, make it, stretch it out a little more so people can, because the more people tweet and talk about it, the more people are like, yo, it's like, because there's kids that don't know who Little Mo is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Outside of watching Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Lil Mo came out there and shut it down. Ashanti, she did more there than she did at her own verses.
Yes.
Or she
that same energy.
Nelly was trying to get back in there too.
I heard.
He said he denied all allegations that he was.
Well, the video I saw with him sitting back there laughing and yucking it up with them, like, yeah, I'm about to go for mine.
Well, they did say, Nelly's single now, and Ashanti was like, I ain't.
Okay, good.
Oh, he's not with Chantel Jackson anymore?
No.
Oh, he gave Floyd Mayweather's old thing back?
I'm not going to do it.
These dudes make a living of finding other people's girls.
I liked Ashanti and Nelly together.
I did.
You said?
I liked Ashanti and Nelly
together.
I did too.
Me too.
they were cute.
Yeah, they were cute together. But she act like she ain't been on the stage in about 17 years, because she was like, she came out like she was Diana Ross.
But one thing, I do follow Ashanti on social media.
I don't.
And she be like every weekend performing, and she been in the gym losing weight, and she do
butt
a
ass
lot.
naked in every post. It is very annoying.
It is. It really is. She does a lot of performances, or shows, I should say.
Well, you see, she was hooking because Chris was like, "Why is she so relevant?" I said, "Because she was hooking. She was like the first hooker to like hip hop beats, you know."
She was the first to do the first
female
to have the top 3 songs at the same time. She
found a lot of barriers.
She was the first that, so.
Man, she let Irv Gotti smash. She lost me when that happened.
How you know?
Because he said it.
He said it.
He did?
Yeah.
He was on Wendy Williams' show like, Ashanti did not break up my marriage while I was hitting it.
Right.
And when he said that, I was like,
I remember that.
Not Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti, man.
Oh, Lord.
Of all the people in Murder Inc., Irv Gotti.
So you're mad at her because she let Irv smash.
Now, you know what? I know that was not going to be part of one of the topics, but I'm going to give you my opinion about Ja Rule.
I was in love with Ja Rule.
You love Ja Rule?
I was, yes.
So, okay, so one thing I did like about Versus is at the end, because, you know, they say, you know, it's like any kind of fight, they got to give you, everybody got to talk crap to each other,
right,
and build up the whole, you know, to get people in.
Right.
And people were really dogging out Fat Joe in the comments. Oh, he's losing, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, I say that to say, Ja Rule needed Versus. He needed it. It was like his comeback after 50 that buried his career.
Listen.
After the Fyre fest,
Chris said,
after that.
Yeah, and Joe brought that up too. Talk about giving him a sandwich, a cheese sandwich from the Fyre Festival. But Chris said when he took his shirt off, he had a Jimmy Early moment, like a Jimmy Got Soul moment. Because it was just like, and he hugging. And I'm just like, I can't hug with no shirt on. Put your shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
You sweaty.
Sweat.
You know, your underarm thing going to get on. Put a shirt on. What you got your shirt on for? It's just us.
But you know, he
wanted to show that he still had it. He was in the moment.
So do y'all think that
for being out so long ago?
Do you think he has a chance now to relight that candle and start back his career after this Versus battle?
If he plans on making music.
Yeah.
Because clearly he was able to make a whole lot of hits.
Yeah. But it's deep how somebody was able to annihilate his career and just
and do the same thing that he was doing.
He took his career, right? He annihilated him and then did the same thing.
Out here singing, girl. Right now. I let you.
He did the same thing.
Oh, Father.
That's like when Kwame. Remember back in the day when Biggie said about the polka dots?
Uh-huh.
And him saying that one line of his verse.
Shut Kwame down.
He cooked his whole career. Like,
he had to change his name
after that
as a producer.
That's sad.
Daggone rappers. Your doggone hip hoppers. Kwame ain't get his light again until he made that joint for Vivian Green.
Vivian Green, yep.
It was like polka dot Kwame made that joint. Oh, that's hot. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
What are the takeaways?
Well, one, COVID's not going anywhere, and two, people ain't outside for a little bit. It's like people did all this work to go backwards.
Yes. Yes.
Wear your mask.
It's like a constant game of heal up, will up, bring it back up.
We like on the merry-go-round.
You know what I'm saying?
2 years in, people still talking about research. Like,
right. Do your research. Research for yourself, fam. research it for yourself. They got all this stuff. You know, somebody went by after they got their shot and they saw numbers. They passed the LED light on their shoulder.
Why do you sound like Lenny right now?
She sure did. She sure did.
Shut up, Pickle. But people are literally going around saying that people walking around with numbers lighting up and how this is a way for the government to track you. But meanwhile, you got an iPhone
They've
and
been tracking you. Like they
you on social
tracking
media
you.
But
They ain't got nothing to do with your shot.
by your arm, but you carry your phone around all day, every day.
Your phone has social media, banking.
Easy.
You're connected to everything.
It's
GPS.
It's got GPS on your phone.
How do you think, you know, when it's natural disasters, that thing comes on and tell you, listen, flooding in your area till about 9:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait. How is it you scroll to look for like shoes and then you go on to
Instagram.
your social and then the ads are from the same stores
that you were just looking at?
Yep.
And you gotta go into your Facebook and your Instagram settings, go down to privacy, then you gotta go down to phishing and all that extra stuff in there. And then you gotta go into another thing behind that, and then you have to turn them off individually. I know because I did it.
Wow.
Send me those steps.
Now, does that include?
Send that to the group.
Does
Send
that
that to the group chat.
Does that include when you have your phone in your hand and you talking about something?
Right.
And then you turn on and then you swipe your phone to Google something and all the shit you just said.
And half of the time, not for nothing, you don't even speak it. You just be thinking it. I'm like, damn.
Yes. That's a scary one. When you be thinking, like,
if you go into it, like when I went into it and I looked at it, it had every app listed in my phone. This was specifically in Facebook. And it was just like Facebook shares your information to all of these apps. But then some of those apps work the same way. Mm-hmm. It shares your information to all the other apps on your phone. Yeah. So it's just like, oh, allow this phone first. Like, you know, when you do something on your phone, it says allow phone to work on, like, allow the phone to use your microphone, allow the app to use your mic, to use your GPS to do this. Every time you click yes, it's just connecting to everything else in your phone.
Right.
That's why, like, even with WhatsApp, there was a point in time WhatsApp was GPS on it, was like people were like, yo, I'm being tracked. And it's just like, no, that's just the WhatsApp thing. And the GPS was malfunctioning and it's giving away people's location and all that other stuff. But yeah, on Facebook, you can go in there and you would just see this list of stuff and you have to turn each of them off.
It's a long list.
Send that to the group.
We need to know. I'm tired of them knowing all my shit.
You know, you be talking about, you know what? I need to get these thighs. I need to get some plastic surgery and get all this fat sucked out my thighs.
They all these fat.
You see Caitlyn Jenner.
But I told y'all before, like, looking at stuff on his phone, I know anytime about buying sneakers. Because the shit, I be getting sneaker ads on my phone. The stuff that if he looking for a suit, I know he looking for a suit because it pops up on my phone. I'm like, oh, he think about buying a suit.
I wonder if he know that. Because he's sure gonna be like, hey Siri, Alexa, how do I stop my wife from knowing what I'm looking at?
I said, nigga, I know anytime you about to purchase something, because I know everything you looked up because it come up on my phone.
But why I said something to Siri, you ain't hear her say, okay.
Oh shoot, see? She was waiting. She waiting for her command.
Yes, they just be listening. That whole movie Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf, that's real.
All right, so look at this real quick. All right, so this is just a quick, like rundown. So if you just go through here, right? Click settings. There's the privacy permissions. You have like apps and websites, ads and all that other stuff, browser or whatever. If you just click ads, then it'll tell you like advertisers or whatever. Then it's like add topics, add settings. Then it goes data about your activity from partners. And see how you got to go through a lot to get this.
I know, yeah. Of course, they make you like search for it.
Then it's like what you should know. The settings, doesn't change the number of ads you see or whatever. But if you actually go back here, it'll tell you the ads that you've clicked on, the ads that you've looked at, the ones that you've hidden that you didn't like. It'll tell you all of that stuff. Then it'll tell you how it uses your information in regards to other apps and stuff when you pay on your phone. Like it's a lot. It'll tell you like it has this like social interactions. So like other ads, people you might know are looking at.
Look, I asked God today. I asked God today to show me something new, and look at that. Look at that.
Look at God. Look at God.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Yeah.
Won't he will?
He heard your cry, girl. He
heard it. I said, I need to learn something new today, Lord.
Give me a new song. I want to sing a new song.
Advertisements, you've hidden. Just click it and it'll give you the list. And then let's see, advertisers whose ads you've clicked. It'll give you the list.
Wow.
That's why I don't be on Facebook like that.
But Facebook owns Instagram. It's the same thing. Anything you do on Facebook,
you're right, bro.
Instagram.
You're absolutely right. So if you're thinking about getting that vaccine, you might as well. You already tracking.
You're already being tracked.
Tracking you. They make sure go get that vaccine and stop the bullshit.
Like stop it.
Stop it.
What's the other takeaways besides get your vaccine?
Network security.
Don't let all this extra fluff cloud your brain. We got to hold Biden and Kamala accountable for what they promised us.
Take care of your mental health.
That part.
I know. I was about to say the same thing.
So,
it's okay them to seek help.
Especially if you're on drugs, like really go get some help.
All the people testifying in the R. Kelly case belong behind bars too.
That part. All the enablers.
Yep.
Even if you held the door open for one of the chicks to get in the car, you too.
Yep.
You too. The whole criminal enterprise got to go.
So they said it's like a whole like business type thing he had set up here with this whole like.
They said it was that's what they're trying to prove, that it was a criminal enterprise of trafficking young ladies. So,
run by a dude who can't read.
Run by a dude that.
Like him and
the one line is right. Yeah.
Feel them too.
I'm doing something wrong.
Son.
So
I'm trying to get degrees and whatnot.
So obviously he had folks around him who could read.
And that can print out those NDAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think
A
about.
talented brother. Just.
Yeah.
So can he read music?
You saw a Drumline with Nick Cannon?
Because I know he plays instruments and stuff. So and when I think back to watching him when he would record music, he definitely didn't have no pen and paper.
That's true.
That's like a question you do.
Like he just sits down in front of the mic and starts singing.
That's crazy. Yeah, so wait.
I think
So like when he wrote music for Whitney Houston and I'm like, how did he write the music and send it?
So when he did that song, I think it's called I Look to You or something like that.
Yeah.
He actually did an interview on MTV and he was talking about it and he was just like, I'm writing the song for Whitney Houston. And he just grabbed the piano and just started playing it and just started singing. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it I Turn to You or whatever. And he was just like, I haven't written it, but I think I'm gonna do something like this. And just started playing. And the lady started crying. He didn't even have the song like finished. He just was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do something like this. And she's sitting there in tears like, that is so beautiful. I was just like, yo, this dude just picked up a piano. It wasn't even a good piano. It was like the Casio joints. Like, it wasn't even the official piano. He just started playing some joint, and I was just like, yo, this lady is in here crying.
But you know, they have programs that can actually transpose what you play and in whatever key you put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the sad part, because I know we're going to do the takeaways, but the sad part is he was given a beautiful gift from God. And
he shut down Whitney's funeral after he sang that song?
I remember that. One of my favorite songs by him is Looking for Love.
Why are you laughing, Noe?
Because it's not a funny thing, but when I think of Whitney's funeral, I just remember Ray J like passing out. But it's not funny, but it was just mad extra when he was just wilding at the joint when they were carrying her out.
Yeah.
It was just so extra. I'm sorry.
He laid on the casket. He laid on the casket.
Right here. He felt it.
I was just looking at it. I was just like, yo, what's wrong with this dude right now? And then it was just like Ray J and Whitney were dating and all the sex. I was just like,
well, okay, Noel, let me give you a little history. The weekend of the Grammy, there was a part where they keep showing where Brandy had met up with Whitney. Whitney was and Brandy
she passed
a note.
Passed her a note
to Whitney Houston, and allegedly it was from Ray J. So
Whitney.
Oh, Pat. Okay,
yeah.
It was to.
It was for Ray J.
To Brandy.
Okay, yes. So you got to keep in mind, like he was given the last words written by Whitney. He probably has that.
Never say anything.
So he probably has that in his wallet or somewhere special in his house. And he probably shows every broad that he gets with. Let me show you what Whitney wrote to me. So that's why he was throwing himself on the casket, because he got the last word written by Whitney.
I remember that. I was just looking at that like, what is happening right now? Like, this dude had his hand over his face. Like, it looked like a movie because he was like, and it was just like,
but y'all all know Ray J is an actor anyway. He's always been extra.
He's sensitive
for no reason.
Oh, I remember when Bobby Brown and his whole family got kicked out of the
funeral too. Bobby can't catch a break.
He really can't.
And his son is another one that passed away from a drug overdose.
When did that happen? That was was recently, right?
Mm-hmm. Like a few years.
No, it wasn't even
the most recent. After Cena.
That's sad. Like,
yeah.
And the Nick, I think his name was. He passed too, right?
He died too.
Yeah, Nick Gordon.
Like it was just like
and Nick died of an overdose too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just some straight Kennedy. This is
wait. That's
some Black Kennedy business.
Noel, we're gonna take it to another level. Who in the drug dealers selling these drugs? Let's talk about that. Like, who's giving out these drugs that's killing these people?
They looking for Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because it's murder.
I thought about that because I had a friend who died from one of my friends, one of them that died from an overdose. The amount of heroin that he took, another friend who was in the drug game, he was on some like, there's no way that one person could shoot that much heroin into their system by themselves. So he kind of didn't believe it.
Right.
But I don't know anything about heroin. So to me, I was just like, all right, like if you say so. But when I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. He is saying that a human can't shoot X amount of heroin into their system. So it's kind of just like, when you really think about it, like, he would know. And if you can't do that, then at what, like, I don't know. This is,
like, when do you say, you know what, I need to stop? Even though I don't feel the high right now, I gotta wait and be patient that the high is coming.
That ain't how getting high work. Patience ain't got nothing to do with getting high.
And it's so weird. Like, I would have, even with like Michael Cat, I would have never, like, I never, unless he spoke about it or until I heard him speak about it, I'd have never thought he had a drug problem.
Everybody fighting demons. You never know what people going through at home. That's why if you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
No, it's the social media way. Social media is too much access, and too much access means entitlement.
Yeah.
And you are not entitled to anything but your opinion, and you can keep it to yourself. Hello. Goodbye. Well, in that case, on this episode of Between Family, thank you to my co-hosts, my sisters, Shauna, Eve, and Keish, and my bro-ham, Noe B. Good night.
Stay tuned for scenes from our brand new show, Up for Debate. Meet Chris, the 20-something who swears he knows everything. Meet Noe, the 30-something who has an opinion about everything. Meet Kaya, the 40-something, and the Maven, who does know everything. Now, when the three of us get together, everything is up for debate. Take a look at scenes from our brand new show on the Maven Movement channel.
I can transform ya.
Yeah, I remember you ran that song.
Who, me?
Yes, you. I came to your house in Far Away. You had that joint blasting. I was just like, yo, you still playing this joint? He was like, every day. Every day. The joint is every day.
Shut your
mouth. Wow. That was it.